I was a little late showing up because I actually needed a sec. Like, I'm ready for, like, there's so many different things going through my head. Like, I'm not ready for this next patch. And yet I also am, like, more excited about this patch than I am for, like, pretty much any other patch that we've had upcoming, except maybe when Bina had yet to return. So I needed to give myself a little extra time as I was being a tad emotional. It's like, I know I'm like in a way kind of preaching to the choir about this, that like I know all of you feel similar things about various points in video games, various points in this game, but it's difficult to put to words the emotional impact that games in particular can have on me, more so than movies and TV. And I think it's because a TV show, TV shows also have like a really long run lengths, but with like movies, a movie is a 2.5-3 hour affair, and even an entire franchise, an entire series, as beautiful and well as it can be, I feel like I grow closer to video game characters because we spend so long not only beside them but piloting them. We talked about that in terms of exploration and how little side things in video games can hit different because you're the one discovering them. Like, you're the one digging up the buried treasure. When you go and you find side stories in Mass Effect, you wander around the Citadel talking to people, or you find someone's note of a Civil War soldier who never made it back home in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's there for you to discover. It's not being spoon-fed to you. And I think that, in a way, the unceremonious reveal of that letter as you open it, and there's no grand fanfare, there's no dramatic music, there's no sad soundtrack to it, that can hit just as hard as something that has camera angles that have gone through entire boardrooms full of cinematographers and sound engineers and musicians and artists and scene composition experts to perfectly tailor that scene to evoke a very specific emotion from someone. But I feel like that can be done just as well, for me anyway. Excuse me. It can hit me just as hard when you're just picking up something on the side of the road in a video game. And I get attached to this game in particular because it has both. And I just, frankly, music adds a lot to the scenes and everything for me, and I cannot listen to that Moonlight Serene Benediction. I can't listen to that anymore without remembering the moment when we were walking through and Sandrone's section came up. And even knowing that she's returning, not just knowing that she's returning, knowing she's returning as a pullable character. And that it's, 13 days away? Not even just knowing that she's returning, but knowing that she's returning in a meaningful way, and she's back for good. She's back as a playable character, someone who can enter our teapot, someone who will have voice lines and stuff. There's still a level of grief in a weird way. It's the same grief that you go through when other fictional characters die in film and TV and other video games. And people can say all day long that fictional media, like, well, these people, these characters aren't real. The emotions are. You almost can't even have a conversation with someone who says, who criticizes someone for having an emotional reaction to fictional content, because it's saying that, well, you shouldn't feel anything because it's not real is so far outside the ballpark. I almost can't even have a conversation with someone. I almost can't even have a conversation. Because it conflicts so much with how I consume that content. And I'm so ready to watch this special program, but I don't know, it's a very complex, because I'm not feeling, I know she's coming back. It's not that same feeling as when, like, it was, like, oh, I hope, like when a special program was coming up and there was the question of, like, hey, is this a special program where they're going to announce her return? There's not a question on that. We know that that's the whole point of this next version. But I still feel like equal butterflies in my chest in a weird way, and it's a hard emotion to pin down what it is. So I needed a couple seconds. I don't think that I would be this invested emotionally without the audience that is all of you either, because I wouldn't be able to consume it as accurately as I have been. You guys telling me which quests to play in which order and what I've missed, what the alternate answer for that question is. If I just played through it, I miss things all the time. I think if I was playing this through solo without you guys as an audience, I don't think I would be this invested in it emotionally. So that is a thank you doesn't begin to describe it. And the long pauses in between when I'm talking and the full song's worth that I needed before I even hopped on to stream is just, I guess that's just how I process things. Just silence. I mean, especially in the early days, when I was still kind of figuring out, when I was still kind of learning my screen presence, there was a lot of times where we would react to things and I just wouldn't talk because I was so invested. I didn't have anything to say, and it makes for a weird watch party when the reactor is not reacting. So I'm ready. I'm really excited for. You know what I mean? We have it on deck. Let's see. Make sure I'm not trying to VTube myself. We have it on deck right here. Luna 7 special program. It's hard to say what's your favorite region, but I think Nodcry certainly hit me the hardest. And not just Sandrone, either. Between everything with Dottore and Nefer's backstory, all of the Frostmoon Scions, Columbina, everything. I think I can definitely say that Nodcry hit me the hardest, surpassing even Fontaine. Execution and the ending is what it all boils down to, because Nodcry was like, I said it during Act 8. I was like, all this comes down to, can they stick the landing, and fuck did they stick the landing for me. The way that Act 8 ended, with the end of that song, it's a good time to, I could keep yapping, or we could just hop in. Thanks everyone so much for stopping by. Let's go. Whoa! What? Where is that?
I must return to the moon. There lies my mission.
Ooh. Whoa.
He began to explore the moon and circumlunar zone. One day, while in the circumlunar zone, he received a mysterious signal from deep space.
All I want is to go back home and see what other gifts Alen wanted me to inherit. I really can't go anywhere without running into you two.
Was that her alt animation?
Our film, A Homecoming, officially begins!
The aquarium's closed for the... Huh? A celebration of the entertainment industry?
Is that a nightgown?
No one would choose to sit this one out. This detective costume really suits me.
Take this lunar arcanum.
Does that count as a prophecy?
Saritza.
The reversed moon.
Beto. Miko. Oh, those were all the characters that have buffs coming.
The terminal has detected the appearance of an unknown individual.
Look at that.
His purpose was to turn the moon into a space-based weapon.
It's the Death Star.
Learn the truth at the moon's core. As for this place, it is the masterpiece of that Dragon Lord of Darkness. She is the key to activating Project Moongazer. Don't go, Columbina.
We knew what this order would cost from the beginning.
If Columbina is calling for help, the spaceship's our only chance.
Project Moongazer. it responded to me.
I have a certain feeling about how she views that descender.
If what Alen said is true, then I'm about to be born anew. Inverted. World formula. Reversion.
I'm sorry, what? 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 We never do this. We're rewatching that in its entirety. We never go back and replay the trailer. Where is this? It's obviously Dragon Tech, but it's not obviously Dragon Tech. Or is it? It looks identical to the spaceship, to Ether Lumine's spaceship.
I must return to the moon. There lies my mission.
Not exactly. Well, maybe a little bit. It isn't exact. No, this isn't the twin spaceship design. It's kind of close though. But no, the twin spaceship had the giant orb, had the giant cover, the giant like windscreen over top of it. But the twins was more sleek and looked less stone-like. That's what I always appreciated about the Dragon Tech, is that it wasn't like the twin spaceship makes sense to look like it's carbon fiber and LEDs because it's from another world. I always really loved how the Dragon Tech always looked. It didn't look like it looked like it belonged in Genshin. That's always a critique I have of certain games when they introduce space into when they introduce tech into a game where tech isn't super widespread, not like Mass Effect or something like that. It has to fit the aesthetic, and the Dragon Tech always fits the aesthetic. It looks like it belongs there. That is so crucial to visual design. And look at all but are these settlements? Now these ring structures do look Dragon Tech-ish. And when we were on the moon with Bina, there was dragon ruins on the moon. And that was when we were on the moon after it had been pushed into the firmament. So we were still looking at the sun that we saw when we were sitting on the moon with Bina was still the false sun. Because we were that was after the moon had been pushed into the firmament. Look at this like space bridge kind of thing. Whatever these pillars are right here in these towers, this central crater.
After the Pioneer landed, he
The Pioneer.
began to explore the moon and circumlunar zone. One day,
Big bridge here, which now who knows where this is? Is this also on the moon, but a different part of the moon? Big bridge here, which almost reminds me of Temple of Space type bridges. Really long, sleek, uninterrupted bridges. It reminds me of like loading screen moons, like Temple of Blank Shade.
while in the circumlunar zone,
Look at this cool. The coloration of this. What is it, like just a river of brine, like a lake of brine, or is it just regular water? What's the coloration on here? Is this just regular water? All of this looks very clearly Dragon Tech.
he received
There's things in the sky.
lunar zone. One day, while in the circumlunar
Sky whales.
zone,
Oh, my headphones are coming off as I do that. Sky whales.
to go back home and see what other gifts Alen...
That was Anne's residence.
And see what other gifts Alen wanted me to inherit. I really can't go anywhere without running into you.
Through form is truth revealed. Mirrored analysis is her subtitle. Catalyst? Seems like. Polonia's smaller. Very clearly has replaced Polonia for some reason. We'll figure out why. That makes me sad. But again, we kind of talked about that before. Does it kind of make sense for her to retire an artifact from a bygone era? Alen's last gift to her, or his companion, her companion that was created by him for her. Does it kind of make sense for his duty to have been fulfilled by being the vessel that carried the source code to bring Bina back? Does it kind of make sense to retire him after that? I kind of think it does. I know that people are going to be upset that Polonia is not here. I know that might be a deal breaker for some people. Doesn't it kind of make sense though? And not in a like, oh, it's copium, like he's gone, so I gotta cope about it. Does it not kind of make sense? That's like a Nuvi beam that she just shoots out. Look at this ring that she sits in. It reminds me of Lavatane in this pose now. Look how sassy she is in her ult animation. That's gotta be burst right there. I'm calling it. I'm calling it burst animation. I'm calling it a burst animation because that's what it very clearly looks like it is. And she gives like a shower of like an artillery shower. This is Risley's ship, is it not? Yeah, it is. The only thing that tipped me off was this big section in the middle, because every other like detail about it I would not have recognized, but this giant section on the quarterdeck.
Our film.
Okay, what the fuck is a guy laying on the ground? Chiori, hell yeah. Farina, hell yeah. Cheverus and Charlotte, hell yeah.
Homecoming officially begins.
Oh, okay. Sweet. They do still have one of her dream catchers on her. Because when I saw the skin on the thumbnail, I was like, her cute little dream catchers are gone. That's one of my favorite parts about her design, is her cute little dream catchers. What? Where'd they go? There still is one on her. It's on her back. This 1,000,000% looks like I can't talk. Nightgown.
Aquarium's closed for the...
Huh? Look how cute she looks. Why does she look shorter in this outfit?
A celebration of the entertainment industry. No one would choose to sit this one out. This detective costume really suits me.
Take this lunar arcana.
It was via these cards, via these lunar arcanum, that in that short that they released, that they revealed the buffs, which is really cool. If that's not just like, hey, here's a little short without like, this is a marketing technique to like, hey, here are some characters who are going to be revealed.
Does that count as a prophecy?
Wouldn't it be really cool if these people get buffs because they went to Barbie for a reading? How neat is that?
The reversed.
Was Baishu in there as well? I mean, Chi-Chi was in there. I guess the two of them are a package deal in certain ways.
Moon.
Beidou. Miko. This big curtain splitting down the side as well. Baiju was not, just chaperoned. You know. She needed... Yao Yao was not available, so someone had to be along to babysit. Look at these Kuhenki with weird things on their heads. This Dr. Seuss ass world as well. I say that as a compliment. I don't say that. Don't at me. I thought the framing of this was really cool because this tower looks like Tevat's globe is sitting inside of it. It looks like it looks like this tower is like holding Tevat. I thought that framing was really cool, as if Tevat, we're on the moon right now, as if Tevat is being just held. Like in, by which I mean in a like control, like I hold, like whoever crafted this tower, built this tower in this position to be able to, if I stand here, I can imagine that all of Tevat is being held in my hand, kind of thing, is what it gave, the vibe it gave to me.
Terminal has detected the appearance of an unknown individual. What? Huge ass civilization. Big, now, is this on the moon? Who knows? Where this even is. Wouldn't it be really interesting if this was just on the other side of Tevat? No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's what, but huge civilization. Was to turn the moon into a space.
Now, do we think that is inhabited? It looks like it's inhabited. Inhabited by who? Who would be here?
Space-based weapon.
It's the Death Star. That's cool. That isn't this the exact same design as some of the? Never mind, ignore me. That's, we saw this structure during the Nothing Passage quest? Oh, when? Wait, where, in what regard did we see that during the Nothing Passage? I just remember being terrified and amped up about how well Hoyo was doing horror in that. Through the black hole! The flying sequence. Oh, I should go back and rewatch that flying sequence, because I genuinely didn't even remember that. I didn't remember that at all. Like, I had zero memory of that. I was about to make a connection that this is the same design as some of the puzzles. I was thinking of Breath of the Wild's the little orb, the ball puzzles that you do. Never mind, wrong game.
I already learned the truth at the moon's core.
That's Bina speaking.
As for this place, it is the masterpiece of that Dragon Lord of Darkness.
The Dragon Lord of Darkness. Project Moongazer, not to be confused with Project Stuja. Triple moons right here. That's such a cool. I love that design of them. The three moons meeting in a corner here and just like that, you know.
The key to activating.
And look at the shaders on this. Look how good the lighting in all of these cutscenes look.
Project Moongazer. Don't go, Columbina.
We knew what this order would cost.
I gotta mention this real quick. I have to.
Project Moongazer.
Did they, for some reason...
Don't go.
I'm gonna move on 0.1 seconds after this. Did they make her curvier?
Columbina.
We knew what
Okay,
this order...
on some space station outside of the moon, because we're now looking at the moon in third person.
Columbina.
Or in third person. Now we're looking at the moon, but we're not on the moon.
We knew what this order would cost from the beginning.
If Columbina is calling for help, the spaceship's our only chance.
Project Moongazer. It responded to me.
I have a certain feeling about how she views that descender.
If what Alen said is true, then
Damn, that looks like that's like a dark hydrotulpa.
I'm
3 5 stars in 1 temple. Spaceship and 2 other somethings, maybe?
about to be born anew.
The gear eyes.
World formula reversion.
What? I'm not ready for Snezhnaya to, dude. Imagine that special program reaction for Snezhnaya. That's gonna be a 5-hour reaction for us. This is 3 minutes. We've been going for 37 minutes of stream right now. Okay.
Hello,
I thought someone was going, psst. Oh!
travelers! I'm Zach Aguilar, the voice of the male traveler, Ether, and hosting with me today, we have...
Hi everyone, I'm Emmy Lowe, the voice of Columbina.
Hi guys, I'm Skylar Davenport, the voice of Seat Lally.
Yes, so happy to have you guys here! And
What a gross sound that was. I'm so sorry. Wait, hang on. They had Ether and C. Lolly sit next to each other. Bina's got a Sandy doll. Oh, my heart. I'm fine.
to all our travelers out there,
Grey Wolf, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
welcome to the Version Luna 8 special program, Sunny Summer Fontanalia.
Fontanalia? Wait, isn't that the name of a festival in Fontaine?
Yeah, that's right. Travelers might remember...
Oh, that was the name of that festival? Wasn't that the... This is such a stupid way to remember it. Isn't this the... Ew. Isn't that event? It's the ew event.
From version 4.3, the one where we shot that film with all our friends and made all those fun memories.
Yep, and the
Cute
fun
Ayaka
continues
looks.
in this version because, in addition to our friends from Fontaine, a special guest is also going to be at this year's Fontanalia Film Festival.
Ah, you mean Columbina, right?
That's right. After things settle down in Nod Cry, she wanted to expand her horizons a bit. And with the festival going on, Nefer recommended a trip to Fontaine.
Oh, is that the only reason, though?
Maybe.
I mean, Fontaine is also Sandrone's homeland, isn't it?
True. But no one knows what happened to her after that battle in Nod Cry against the Torre. The suspense is killing me.
Then maybe you'll be happy.
Behind the eye mask, behind the eye mask, she had this. She had that face going on behind the eye mask.
To hear that the wait is over. Once travelers head to Fontaine, an unexpected reunion with
I won't keep pausing every 5 seconds that Sandrone is on screen.
this old friend isn't
Look at her eyes!
too far off.
A self-introduction? Very well. For the sake of etiquette, I'll humor you just this once. Behold, before you stands Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers. Hi everyone, I'm Deneen Mulledy, the voice of Sandrone. The wait is over. I'm just so happy she's back.
That was awesome. Welcome!
Yay, thank you. Welcome back, Sandrone.
Oh, that was cute.
Oh, wait. Should I give a more Sandrone-like answer? Like, Sandrone.
So so Sandrone. It was so surreal seeing Sandrone in that version trailer. It's been too long.
I know, personality-wise, it doesn't seem like she's changed much. Still,
Which is good. There was a part of us, there was we had talked about before that when Curve's core got placed into one of Ino's bots, Curve's personality changed. And we had talked about if Sandy's core gets redeposited, and Effa even is not a bad example of that as well. If Sandy's core survives, but we, like, in some way it was at all damaged during that, or we replace her core into a new body or something like that, will her personality stay intact? And I am glad that they went the route of this spicy little Cinderella that you fell in love with during the Archon quest. We're not going to change that, even though we're bringing her back in. Like, she's still the same Sandy. I'm glad that they went that direction, because there was an opportunity for them to reinvent the character. Completely new design, new personality. I'm very glad that they didn't do that.
the grumpy Sandrone
I honestly would not have liked that at all. Like, I give Genshin a lot of passes where a lot of other people don't. I would not have given them a pass for that.
all know and love.
True, but I feel like travelers have got to be wondering how she came back to life. I know I am.
Yeah, does it have something to do with the final gift we heard about in her animated short?
Well, Elen did leave behind a gift for her, but she actually never knew anything about it.
So that means during the battle against the Torre, she really was prepared for it to be the end.
Yep, she 100% put her life on the line during that battle. So when she
That's an interesting perspective on that, because we kind of theorized that she was like that makes her sacrifice have a lot more weight to it as well. We kind of had the perspective that she was like, look, my body, like, as long as the core stays intact, I have backup plans. I could be resurrected later. I trust people to bring me back. But for her to have the perspective going into that battle that, like, if this is the end, it's the end. That gives a lot more weight to her sacrifice, that she didn't go into that being like, I've got backup plans, I've got fail safes, I've got contingencies. It was like, this is it.
very much, well, not dead. It was a surprise to her as well. Elen's final gift was kind of like a second chance.
Huh. But the damage she sustained in that battle was so severe. Why didn't the second chance activate right then and there?
Ah, now that's the question. There's actually another factor at play in all of this. We're gonna get into it in a bit, but for now, all you need to know is that she owes her recovery to a combination of things.
Oh, okay. So there's a story there.
For sure.
Speaking of the animated short, it was so cool to get a little insight into Sandrone and Elen's life together.
Right. The Lord Artificer, Elen Guillotin, Sandrone's creator. Her notes mention that Elen built her in his later years as a way to remember his sister, Marianne.
And speaking of, both Elen and Marianne have some connection to the Narcissenkreuz Ordo, right? That mysterious organization in Fontaine.
Yeah, that's right. In certain quests, we even see a photo from when the two of them were kids. Then, in his later years, Elen had Sandrone by his side. They were family, and the days they spent together were quiet and peaceful.
I can't remember who did, but someone pointed out during when we were watching the short that as the short progressed, Elen's face was getting blurrier and blurrier because Sandrone is forgetting what his face looked like because it has been that long since he's been alive. That's a really good artistic nod to that, is making just his face, just him, get blurrier and blurrier while the house and everything else remains in perfect clarity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder remembering Elen's funeral made Sandrone so upset in that animated short.
Yeah. Columbina definitely tried to cheer her up, but her methods are always a bit unconventional.
Well, honestly, before joining the Fatui, I doubt Sandrone ever expected to get close to Columbina, Arlecchino, and Rosaline, let alone have tea parties with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you told Sandrone centuries ago that she would befriend Arlecchino, she would have told you, who the fuck is Arlecchino?
That scene was so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sure those are nostalgic memories for all of them.
Totally.
Especially Columbina and Sandrone. They're actually really close. They even played games together during Moon Prayer Night.
Oh yeah, underneath that tough exterior, you can totally tell Sandrone has a soft spot for Columbina.
Clearly.
No, it's more like Columbina wore her down over time.
Same thing.
Well, but of course, she was part of the Columbina rescue plan.
Part of it, her formula is the whole reason we were able to bring Columbina back.
Yeah, the way she faced Ettore head on just to give us the chance to complete it. It was heart-wrenching.
I know.
She put herself in danger and ultimately sacrificed everything to save her friend. That really says a lot.
Yeah, which is why it was even harder for Columbina to accept that she was gone.
Well, honestly, that was also emotional. But the good news is, she's back now! Yay!
Wait, speaking of, I noticed she has a new mechanism.
I told you guys before that I hadn't gone back and rewatched that scene since we saw it for the first time. We're good. That is genuinely the first time I have seen those frames of that cutscene since we saw it the first time.
Mechanism by her side too.
Ah, yes.
In some way, does this in some way, does this resemble Catherine at all? Somebody remind me. I guess I can just grab a picture of Catherine real quick. Does it look like her old attire? Because did she have the frills? Did she have the little lace things right here? It does kind of look like just like the female mecha, doesn't it?
Facilitatrice automatisée généraliste interactive et omnitâche.
That's what I was gonna say. That's got to be an idle animation right there. I like how she floats all the time. How she just sits down on a floating gear every now and then.
Wow, good job.
Yay! Well, pardon my French. Also known as Baggio.
Wow, a new helper.
I don't want this damn letter.
Baggio.
Wow, a new helper. Oh, she looks super cool. Hold on, I don't think we've seen Polonia yet, though.
Right, Polonia was really put through the ringer in Nod Cry and sustained a lot of damage during the battle against Ettore. I'm starting to get worried.
I know. I know. But unfortunately, that's something travelers are going to have to wait to uncover in-game.
Okay, so it will be addressed in some meaningful way, because they don't do that like, well, I guess you'll have to wait. They don't do that unless it's for something that's relatively major. It's not just going to be a footnote. So, that's cool.
Well, just based on the name alone, Fagio seems pretty impressive.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Basically, she's an all-purpose automaton. From everyday chores to intense combat encounters, she can do it all.
Wow.
Oh, even if her name is kind of a mouthful.
You know, from the land of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. I'd expect nothing less.
Sandrone's eyes kind of look different too. It looks like there are little gears inside of them.
Yeah, and I see some new gems and accessories on her.
We haven't gotten to really examine her yet.
Skirt. Very fancy.
Right? There are a lot of little added details. But wait, doesn't Sandrone's vision look a little different than other characters?
Yeah, in the drip. That's weird. It's not a... All of the visions are orbs. Huh. Every single one of them. Because they're all in their little holders, and the holders are different shapes, but they're all still orbs. It's an orb. That's a star. Huh. Lisa's is tear-shaped, but it still is an orb in a tear-shaped vessel. There's still an orb there. A glass ball in the case of Venti and Zhongli. That's weird. Huh. Because it's a stellar linchpin for her. Aloys is a star too. Huh. What is Nicole's, not Nicole Damara, you crazy squirrel. What is Nicole's even called? Is Nicole's just a vision? Nicole's is an orb. It's the holder. That's not that. Nicole's is a vision. It's the holder that's unique. Okay, but it's still an orb. Fucking weird. Weird. Stellar linchpin. We talked about that a little bit as well, that it would almost make sense for the Tsaritsa to, anyone in Snezhnaya, if they're bequeathed a vision, she says, you don't need that shit, that's from Celestia. And in some way kind of the Vision Hunt decrees it, but says, here's a stellar linchpin, or here's my power, or here's a delusion, something that is not connected to Celestia. So fascinating. Now, what is a stellar linchpin? Is it still connected to... We don't know. This is all just theory at this point. Some of it may be crack theory, but weird.
Oh, you're right. It's star-shaped.
Ah, yes. This is important because it's not your typical vision. It's actually a stellar linchpin.
What's that?
Well, remember when I said Elend's gift wasn't the only reason Sandrone was able to wake up? Well, this is the other reason. Stellar linchpins are extremely...
I thought that meant that Elen is the one who gave her a stellar linchpin. Never mind.
rare, and according to Fatui research, they have some
Is that a
connection
dragonfly?
to the third descender.
Fancy.
Whoa, okay. I didn't
Wait,
expect
say that
us
again.
to casually...
Fatui research, the only reason Sandrone was able to wake up? Well, this is the other reason. Stellar linchpins are extremely rare, and according to Fatui research, they have some connection to the third descender.
Fancy.
Huh. Maybe retract what I just said. Maybe visions are still visions in Snezhnaya, it's just Sandy's built different. A rare stellar linchpin haver. Huh. Perhaps retract what I just said.
Whoa, okay. I didn't expect us to casually start talking about Descenders.
Says the Descender.
Honestly, though, To this day, no one knows exactly what causes a stellar linchpin to manifest. But what we do know is that those who wield them can alter certain elemental reactions.
Oh, so kind of like the lunar reactions, where powers outside the 7 elements are involved.
Exactly. Take Sandrone, for example. She wields
Stellar superconduct. I'm calling it. Oh, stellar conduct. It appeared right as I was about to say. I'm gonna theorize. I'm gonna put my trap card down right now. Wow, that wasn't far off. Stellar conduct. The reason I had said that like weeks ago was like moon wheel, lunar charge, lunar bloom, stellar linchpin, stellar superconduct, stellar conduct. Okay.
a cryostellar linchpin and can convert the superconduct reaction into stellar conduct, temporarily transforming the surrounding area into a pole star field.
Oh. Volvo. Any car enthusiasts will know what I'm talking about. Really cool sleepers.
Oh, wait, that must
Fast,
be this
sound
area
cool.
centered around the star-shaped crystal, right? I remember it from the Snezhnaya preview teaser.
Oh, I hadn't picked up on that. I hadn't caught that. That when he summons that pole arm, he throws one down. Interesting.
Teaser.
That's right. Enemies within this AoE will have their physical resistance reduced. But more importantly, the pole star field will store dissipating cryo and electro elemental energies. This stored energy can then be used to increase the stellar conduct, cryo, and electro damage of characters within this AoE.
Interesting. So it's doing physical, excuse me. It's reducing physical, which is interesting. If Eula doesn't get in on this, that is going to be tragic. And it also is increasing 3 damage types as well. The reaction damage, as well as raw cryo and raw electro. Am I reading that right?
In addition, certain characters will gain special abilities while within the pole.
Oh, hell yeah. Actual buffs.
Oh, so we get buffed, and enemies get less physical resistance. Sounds like Stellar Conduct is going to be a powerful tool in our arsenal.
Yep, that's right. Plus, in Snezhnaya, Stellar Conduct will have unique gameplay applications outside of combat too.
Cool.
So cool. And with the arrival of Sandrone, the chance to experiment with this new reaction is just around the corner.
Yeah! Now that she has this stellar linchpin, what are her combat skills like?
Well, it definitely allows her to make greater use of her computational abilities. With the help of the Stellar Conduct reaction, she's able to control various mechanisms and flexibly deal damage. So, let's take a second to see her in action.
Who was that?
Second to see her in action.
Who the fuck was that? Oh, yeah. Fucking gremlin leaning into the microphone. One more time.
Second to see her in action.
This is really cute, by the way. Wait, I need that for my collection. There we go. Boop.
This skirt really wasn't made for weather like this. How in the blazes did Rosalind used to cope? Ha! Come on, keep up.
There was something really funny about her, just floating away. Meow.
Let's test my hypothesis.
My hypothesis.
What a joke.
She's so aggressive.
Oh, I love all the mechanical elements. Using all those mechanisms, it's like she barely has to lift a finger.
Whoa, jeez, she floating. she's Newman. She's Mizukin.
Of course. It It would be unbecoming of a lady to muddy her hem. Like we've heard already, Stellar Conduct is a big part of her kit. Not only can she convert the Superconduct reaction into Stellar Conduct, but she can also increase the Stellar Conduct damage of her entire team.
Whoa, oh yeah. Looks like her attacks pack a bigger punch under the effects of Stellar Conduct.
That's right. Sandrone
Didn't you guys say that they stopped showing numbers in these because of someone hit like 7 damage on one of their demos or something like that? I mean, Kaya in his own demo hit like 30 damage.
often lets her mechanisms do the dirty work for her. For example,
Also probably to not set up like expectations of power creep and that kind of just like, don't focus on the numbers right now, but just focus on the mechanics of it.
with her charged attack, Sandrone will command Faggio to fire condensed beams at enemies. The damage dealt by her condensed beams is considered Stellar Conduct damage.
Ooh, attacks like this usually have some sort of overload mechanic, right? Is that true for Sandrone as well?
Yes. Continuously firing condensed beams will cause Faggio to accumulate decoding power. Sandrone can then use her elemental skill to decrease Faggio's decoding power, while quickly maneuvering around the field and firing prism shots at enemies.
Nice. Wow. Okay, couldn't have said it better myself.
Yay, I got it right!
Yep. Basically, by alternating between...
Oh, wait. She's not Catalyst.
Yep.
She's... Claymore. Oh. Huh. Her abilities and everything, like, all that she was doing reeked of, the just, like, hey, you're a catalyst, just use whatever. Like Prune using her hammer. I thought that's what the sword was. It was just she summons a greatsword. No, she actually is a greatsword user.
Basically, by alternating between her charged attack and elemental skill, Sandrone can leverage her mechanical prowess and Faggio's powerful beams to clear out the field with ease. But that's only part of her tactical strategy. With her elemental burst, Sandrone bombards enemies with artillery fire and light beams, dealing AoE cryo damage. If Sandrone is within the Polestar field, the damage of the light beams is also considered Stellar Conduct damage.
I love that ult animation. Wow, she's so sassy even in her ult. Boop.
Crazy how powerful and elegant she is at the same time. Not a hair out of place.
Yeah.
Oh, look at also the little screen that she pulls up. She's actually like tapping on it when I almost called her Brigida does the little pulses.
Crazy how
See?
powerful and elegant she is at the same time. Not a hair out of place.
Yeah. Even when bombarding us with a boatload of firepower.
Man, it's gonna be so fun to explore Snezhnaya with Sandrone too.
Yeah, Snezhnaya is where the Fatui headquarters are, after all.
What? Sandrone's portable tea table. Invite certain characters to Sandrone's tea party and enjoy a pleasant time. What? Ah, yes. Character highlights, her skill mech, her tea table invitation.
I feel like we can definitely expect Sandrone to play a part in the upcoming story.
You know, the main headquarters of the Adventurers Guild are also in Snezhnaya. I was just thinking about that because the Traveler first met Sandrone at the Adventurers Guild in Nod Cry.
Right, when she took Catherine's place.
Well, Catherine is Sandrone's creation, so in retrospect, I guess we shouldn't have been so surprised. Oh, but I'll let you in on a little secret. If you turn in your daily commissions to Catherine, Sandrone, and the party, in addition to the regular rewards, you'll receive dessert rewards as well.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
I was gonna, even if it's something tiny like that, I was like, it would be such an airball to not have something like that.
Guess Sandrone still loves a good tea party.
Well, of course. Inviting friends over for afternoon tea is how a lady engages with polite society. Plus, to make hosting tea parties even easier, Sandrone invented a portable tea table. All you need to do is send out an invitation letter and you can enjoy afternoon tea with friends.
Oh, I wonder if she met them during the Fontanalia Film Festival.
Oh, that sounds possible. If the last Fontanalia festival is anything to go by, I feel like travelers are going to have a lot to look forward to this time around.
Yeah, hang on, Zach.
Tea table. To make hosting tea parties even easier, Sandrone invented
Bruh. Also, Albedo in there as well.
a portable tea table. All you need to do is send out an invitation letter and you can enjoy afternoon tea with friends.
Oh, I wonder if she met them during the Fontanalia Film Festival.
Oh, that sounds possible. If the last Fontanalia festival is anything to go by, I feel like travelers are going to have a lot to look forward to this time around.
Oh, for sure. So, let's get into it, shall we? Does everyone remember Risley's giant ship, the Wingalet?
I mean...
That's what it was called? But I don't remember it being called anything, actually, so cool. Speaking of tsunares, the ship can be used for weddings. It'd be awesome if there was some reference to that here.
It looks familiar.
Like they're scouting out wedding locations or something.
Oh, I know. That's the ark he built in the fortress of Meropide, right?
Millipede.
To deal with the whole prophecy situation?
Yes, that's right. It turns out an aquarium will be opening on the Wingalet during the Fontanalia Film Festival. And it seems like Sandrone has her own room on this ship as well.
Wait, and
Damn.
are those two things related? Sandrone being on the ship and the aquarium?
I mean, based on what we know about her so far, I'd be pretty surprised if she suddenly developed a passion for marine animals.
She's like in an aquarium on her side of the thumbnail. That's one of the first things I reckon. That's one of the first things I noticed. I was like, why is she in water?
Yeah, there must be another reason then.
Guess travelers will just have to play through the story to find out.
Well, Sandrone's activities might be a mystery, but Columbina's aboard the ship for a much more straightforward reason. She's actually acting in one of the films, and her crew is shooting on the Wingalet.
Right where Sandrone is staying? The intrigue.
Cute.
I'm so excited for travelers to see how it all plays out. So be sure to check out the Sunny Summer Fontanalia event during the new version. For a limited time, complete.
She pianos. Also, did you see the keys as well? Usually when they it's a meme when they animate pianos in animation. When they animate pianos, it's usually just like.
Reading the event story will also reward travelers with additional Ascension materials for Sandrone!
Yay!
All this talk about
She plays.
the Wingalet must mean Risley's making an
She plays Darude Sandrone Storm.
appearance during the festival too, right?
Yep. In fact, during filming, Columbina even convinced him to check out a mysterious fortune-telling stall, though fate may have been leading him there already.
Wait, is that Barbalot's Dodoko? So the Hexen Circle's in Fontaine now?
They're everywhere.
Right. Apparently, it's because Barbaloth happened to catch a glimpse of a strange omen during a recent divination.
Ooh, very mysterious. And it had something to do with the traveler's friends?
That's right. And Risley isn't the only one who's been guided here by fate. Mage B's stall has been getting quite a few visitors.
Yep, and that's when she uses lunar arcana to read their future. For example, Risley draws the upright Emperor card.
Fancy.
Whoa, that sounds impressive. What does does it mean?
Don't worry. Barbalok will explain the revelations of the lunar arcana in-game.
All right, fair enough.
In addition to her insights, each character that visits her stall will also receive a tangible boost to their abilities, including ones relating to the stellar conduct reaction.
Cool. Actual, but I was part of me was a little bit maybe worried isn't the right way to phrase it, but part of me was wondering, like, it could be that this is just explaining who can benefit from the new reaction, but cool. General buffs and stellar buffs. Another round of buffs from the Hexenzirkel, by the way.
For example, after Wriothesley's revelation is unveiled, whenever
Or at least from a Hex Witch.
he's within the Polestar field generated by the stellar conduct reaction, he'll be able to restore HP more frequently with his charged attacks, allowing him to unleash more enhanced normal attacks.
Yae Miko's Sessho Sakuras are also getting enhanced. Not only will their duration be extended, but they won't be destroyed after she casts her elemental burst. Plus, when Yae Miko is within a Polestar field, the lightning strikes from her Sessho Sakura will be able to deal additional damage, and that damage is considered stellar conduct damage.
Sweet. When you're running Inazuma Chronicle, so I can...
In addition, when Chi-Chi
So I can
is
get
within
one!
the Polestar field, her elemental skill will provide the party with a damage bonus to reactions like stellar conduct and deal additional damage alongside the active character.
And when Sino is within a Polestar field, his elemental skill will allow him to temporarily enter the Pack-Sworn Path Clearer state to deal quick bursts of damage
What? Never mind.
over a short period of time.
Let's go! These are just some examples of the witch's revelations travelers can look for.
Why do you gotta have a Sino bullying one of Karkata's friends? That's what I was gonna say.
Forward to in Luna 8. We don't have time to introduce them all, so be sure to check out the rest in game. And as for the new reactions coming in Snezhnaya, Stellar Conduct is just the beginning, so buckle up, travelers.
Beto!
These revelations, a bunch of our old friends are not only getting stronger, but they can now interact with the stellar conduct mechanic as well.
That's right. Basically, after unveiling their revelation, some of their talents and skills will be enhanced while within a Polestar field.
Ooh, awesome. So, if you have any of those characters, you can pair them with Sandrone.
Dude, Beto Sandy team is real. Beto Sandy team is real. Sorry. Look how violently the camera shakes.
And see all the new things they can do with the stellar conduct mechanic.
Of course, there are also other changes in store as part of these revelations, as well as interesting stories associated with the Lunar Arcana card each character draws, but we'll leave that for travelers to experience for themselves.
Cool. Mini stories.
Oh, plus the characters with the Witch's Revelation will also be featured on the Light Race Wish banner, so don't miss out if you're interested.
Are you actually fucking kidding me? During Facebook, when Sandy... I'm gonna have to skip Miko again? Look, Inazuma Chronicle is probably the next... I don't know. Sandy takes priority. It's not a difficult decision to make, but it sucks.
Plus, the characters with the Witch's Revelation will also be featured on the Light Race Wish banner, so don't miss out if you're interested.
And as for our other event wishes, in the first half of
That's also not a Chronicle banner. It's a special. It's its own banner. So you throw wishes at that, and if you don't get the character, they're gone with the wind. So, anyways,
Luna 8, travelers can look forward.
the blow is softened though because Sandy is 100% locked in. right now, I have like 87 wishes banked. There's still like 14 days remaining. Even if I didn't have Welkin or anything, I'd be able to get the remaining 3 wishes to guarantee her, to actually guarantee a Sandrone. So she's on lock. So soften the blow a little bit that I can't get a Fox Lady this time.
Forward to event wishes for Sandrone and Seat Lolly. A new 5-star Claymore, a teaspoon of transcendence, will also be featured.
Ooh, damn. And that also means that any overflowing wish that we get will probably go into Sandy's weapon. I'm gonna pull on her weapon.
On the weapon banner.
And in the second half of Luna 8, we'll have returning event wishes for Columbina and the Raiden Shogun. Yay!
Cool.
All right, it's about time for our first break. We'll be back with information on a mysterious new area, so stay tuned.
Yay!
It would have been really cute to have Bina and Sandy on the same banner, but it does make sense, and it actually is. It's kind of it's a little kind to split them apart into 2 separate ends of the version. Rare Hoyo Mercy. I. I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, I look so fucking bald. I'm not. It's the light. Swear. Okay. Oh, do you guys want to see the... You guys want to see the screen? Are the codes in the Discord at this point? Someone have the codes copied down? Okay, cool. Thank. This art is so lovely. I've just been staring at it. What are the other meaningful changes? Color palette, this cuff right here goes from gold to white. The skirt is shorter. The dress is shorter. Her leggings change. Instead of having the seam down the center, they're not. Are they semi-transparent, you reckon? A little ruffled frill on the shoe, but still the teardrop motif there, as well. There's a little bit of gold right here, underneath the brass or whatever this, this little trim is. The bonnet, I think, is identical. Is the bonnet the exact same? No, actually, there's a small little change in the design right here at the top of the bonnet. I think the hair is almost identical as well, isn't it? The sleeve is ruffled and right there instead. She has a couple more little pieces of trim right there instead of it being bare. She has black ribbons in her hair that match Bina's?
Welcome back, travelers.
Wait a second. That planet in the background, is that Teyvat?
That's right. This summer, we're heading on a very special adventure. So strap in, everyone, and prepare for launch!
Oh my god, we're actually in outer space? This is incredible.
We're in space.
When you mentioned a special adventure,
We're in
I
space.
didn't think it would take us outside of Teyvat.
And not just anywhere outside of Teyvat. We're heading to...
The moon.
Dun dun dun.
It looks
Crazy. That is wild.
Amazing! Look at those buildings! This place is looking a lot different than when Columbina brought us here before.
I mean, we only hopped into one singular crater, which is just where the ship was. There was an entire rest of the moon to explore.
Well, she did say she wanted to clean up the place a bit before inviting the Traveler back. Even the area with the Traveler's spaceship looks completely different.
Yeah, seems like Columbina has been taking great care of this
Oh.
place. So, are we here for this summer adventure at her invitation?
It's a bit more complicated than that. The Traveler actually notices that Columbina's been acting a bit off, and out of concern, follows her all the way to some ancient dragon ruins.
Inside the ruins, the Traveler acquires a mysterious power known as Archeoloon energy, which seems to be able to manipulate gravity.
Archeoloon energy. So
Yes.
these ruins must have something to do with the moon. Are there clues here about why Columbina is acting strange?
Why would he be able to obtain that power? I mean, I guess that's kind of a dumb question, but... You know what? It actually makes more sense him being able to grab that power than it does him being able to resonate with Teyvat's elements.
Shh. There are. The traveler will encounter a strange black Kuhenki. We think she might have some connection to Columbina, and when we follow her, the trail leads straight to a lunar shuttle.
Oh, so that's the spaceship we saw earlier.
Yep. After we explain the situation, our new Kuhenki friend, Eggy,
Eggy.
agrees to head to the moon with us to search for Columbina.
Eggy?
Yeah, that's another Paimon original.
Okay, got it. Oh, I can't wait to see what the different areas of the moon are gonna be like. Is there a lunar base or something?
There is. That's actually the first stop on our lunar expedition.
Bruh.
The Eye of Ibni Bellum. Like travelers experienced before when Columbina led us to our spaceship, the gravity here is completely different from Tevat. In fact, the entire lunar surface is like this.
Plus, by using Archeoloon energy, we can make our bodies even more lightweight.
Ooh, that should make lunar exploration a lot easier.
Damn, Seat Lolly, you got power crept by the moon. Yeah, she and Auroron.
Before that, though, we'll need to rescue Eggy, because after we land on the moon, she somehow gets captured by a strange device.
Oh no, Eggy!
Yeah.
And to do that, we'll need to venture into some underground ruins. Of course, with the help of Archeoloon. And to do that, we'll need to venture into some underground ruins. Of course, with the help of Archeoloon energy, the mechanisms and guards around here shouldn't pose too much of a challenge.
Then we'll head to the Lunar Surface Monitoring Station. After accessing the terminal, we'll learn about the mysterious Project Moongazer, which seems to have some connection to the ancient dragons.
Whoa.
Dragons.
So does that mean the dragons had plans for the moon?
That is for travelers to discover for themselves in-game.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
But the good news is, the terminal also gives us a few clues on where to search for Columbina, which leads us to our next stop on our lunar adventure, Ungyen's Circle.
Ungyen.
Usually hidden away, this facility is used to research lunar life forms and also seems to have some connection to Project Moongazer.
Whoa, now this looks completely different from the lunar landscape outside. Looks like the dragons turned this place into some kind of experimental lab.
Exactly. This is also where we'll meet other Kuhenki who come from the same place as Eggy. Apparently, these Kuhenki are obsessed with wearing all kinds of different hats.
Those were hats that I was seeing.
Still no sign of Columbina, though.
Well, according to the records in the terminal...
What is the Kazu hat meme? What is that? I don't understand the Kazu hat meme.
Columbina was here at some point, and there was a giant Kuhenki by her side.
Yeah, so to find her, travelers will need to follow the giant Kuhenki high
Looks like a sword. Also, I thought that was Syla for a second.
into the sky, clearing away moonlit vines and repairing an elevator along the way.
This elevator will take travelers high above the moon's surface to the third stop on our lunar expedition, the Space Lifeform Capture Station.
Wow, so the dragons not only built bases on the moon, but
Oh, it's broken as hell as well. Look at it.
also a whole structure above it.
This place doesn't look like it's in the best of shape, though.
Yeah. Apparently, it also has some connection to
Damn, it got fucked. Dude, look at it. It's not just like ramshackle, it got like, this doesn't seem like it's been abandoned. This seems like it was attacked.
Project Moongazer. If travelers follow this damaged passageway, they can even reach the open space outside the station.
Wow, Tevat looks so beautiful from...
We're in space.
from this angle. So, we know the giant Kuhenki was heading for the capture station, but what about Columbina?
Don't worry, she's there too.
Ah! We finally found her! What's she doing here, though?
Well, she noticed a disturbance in a certain area of the moon, and it seems to be affecting the creatures there. So she came to the capture station to get a better look. That's when the Traveler finds her.
Well, of course. The Traveler's never one to leave a problem unsolved. Columbina needs our help, so together we head to the area of the disturbance.
Which happens to be none other than the Lunar Sea.
Oh. The Lunar Sea.
Be careful though. Even though it looks beautiful, the high concentration of Archeoloon energy makes this a treacherous place.
Jellyfish!
Travelers will need to avoid the blue areas at all cost.
Ooh.
But I see a lot of blue. How are we supposed to cross?
Don't worry. Thanks to Columbina, the schools of Kuhenki living here are more than willing to help out.
Ooh.
They can mimic the jellyfish and whales that live in the Lunar Sea to help us get across.
Oh, wow. The ecosystem on the moon is even more diverse than I imagined.
I know, right? Travelers might even encounter some interesting slimes.
That's a local legend, my dudes.
Of course, aside from the areas we just introduced, there are tons of other places waiting for travelers to explore, including the ever mysterious far side of the moon.
Wait, you're saying we get to go to the dark side of the moon too? Ooh, are we getting aliens now?
We've had we've had one since day one. It's the Traveler.
Besides the Traveler, you mean?
Hey!
Yeah, we have aliens at home, you guys. Chill. No, but seriously, there's a hidden base on the far side of the moon, too? This dragon technology is crazy.
Read that text real quick.
Right?
Of course.
This
Long before the children of humanity were born from the cradle of the sky, 3 silver lights had already risen above the earth. The ancient spirits of the frostbound reaches called them Dilimbabar. By them, the waxing and waning of light were first distinguished. Spring and autumn were set into order, and the passage of years slowly came to be. Now, as time flows ever onward, only one of those 3 silver lights remains. The Moon Gazing Quest series features voiceovers. Turn on audio for a better experience. Oh! A voiced world quest! Well then.
But that means that you don't get to hear me voice a character like this then. I guess I still could, but...
This dragon technology is crazy.
I know, right?
Of course, there's a lot more to explore on the far side of the moon as well.
That's right. There's so much more to this lunar adventure than we've been able to cover here.
So be sure to check it out for yourselves in-game.
Wow, this is actually insane. There are so many cool areas and creatures to check out. I bet travelers can't wait.
Yeah, I know, right? Plus, to make lunar exploration a bit easier, the devs have made a few optimizations to the map. After the version update, there will now be an indicator showing which layer of the map you're currently on. And when selecting a landmark with a layer indicator, the layer UI will still remain visible. Of course, this optimization also applies to the Teyvat map as well.
Ooh, plus the moon area is permanent. So
That should have been obvious, but
travelers can come back and explore.
given that on the minimap in their gameplay demos there were literally oculi, but
Anytime.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, who would have thought the Song of the Welkin Moon would actually end with us going to the moon?
thank you for that.
I know. We're really putting the Luna in Luna 8 this time.
Well, I hate to be the one to bring us back down to Earth, but it's time for our next break. We'll be back with exciting information on the Luna 8 event lineup.
See you soon.
To the moon! Hi, neighbors. Want to watch me bark at French ladies? Hang on. Are they out in their backyard right now? They're currently in their backyard.
Welcome back, travelers!
You know, there's a character we forgot to mention when we were talking about the Fontinalia Festival earlier.
I hear Seat Lolly's theme!
Ollie.
Yeah!
Or rather, it's not her theme, it's her house's theme.
She actually left her
She actually left her house!
Yeah!
Talking about the Fontinalia Festival earlier. Seat Lolly.
Yeah! Granny actually left her house!
Hey, she likes to be social. Sometimes.
I'm blocking it right now, but the also Beto is also blocking it a little bit. But they put her little chibi model is in her skin as well now.
The important thing is, she has a new outfit.
Wow, look at all the bows!
And the pigtails. That is so cute.
Wait,
Her shoes remind me of Aino's shoes.
We just made a big deal about her leaving her house, but doesn't it look like she's wearing pajamas?
No.
Oh my god, it really does. She even has an eye mask and everything.
Hey, Granny was already flustered enough running into the Traveler looking like that. Let's not embarrass her further and leave the rest for travelers to discover in-game.
Okay.
If you're wondering why Granny made the trip to Fontaine, though, it turns out her favorite light novel is getting adapted into a film, and the crew is filming on the Winglet.
Oh, and Charlotte's starring in it? Looks like she's playing a detective.
Yeah, it really suits her, doesn't it?
But for a hard-hitting reporter like her...
That's very strange, to the concept of Charlotte being on the other side of the camera. In such a meaningful way.
I'm sure playing a detective didn't feel too far off at all.
That's for sure. The way she pursues the truth is already pretty intense.
Well, looks like we get to run into a bunch of old friends on the Winglet. I feel like some fun times are in store.
Oh, for sure. So you don't miss out. Travelers. All right, here's another piece of good news, and it has to do with the quest dialogue experience. I'm sure we've all tried to speed up the pace of a quest before by clicking through the dialogue, but most of the time you have to wait for a set transition time to pass or for certain animations to play out before the next line can play. With the habits of different travelers in mind, the devs have decided to change this going forward. Starting in Luna 8, travelers can choose to no longer wait to advance dialogue. A single click can immediately move to the next line. Basically, the pacing of dialogue progression is now something you can control.
So not quite a skip, but probably as close to a skip as Genshin will give you, right? That is going to be enormous. I bet that's going to be I doubt that's going to be retroactive at the start. The original stuff will probably, or maybe it will, I don't know. But that's going to be huge for replays and stuff like that. For people who do like replay throughs and things like that.
Wait, that's actually awesome.
Oh, and we should also mention that the Sunny Summer Fontinalia event story is permanent as well. So travelers can play through it at their own pace.
I feel like we keep mentioning the Winglet, but there's actually a bit more we need to share.
That's right. The ship's aquarium has become a popular filming location, but it needs a bit more work before it can open for business.
Exactly. And that's where you come in,
Why in the hell? Why? Why? They're everywhere. There should be no reason why crabs are there should be no reason.
Travelers, it's your job to get the aquarium up and running.
Of course, you can't have an aquarium without different species
You
of fish.
can't have an aquarium without murdering some crabs.
Well, the first step is to head underwater in Fontaine and do some fishing.
You might even spot some containers underwater with high-value collectibles inside. So don't just be on the lookout for fish.
Yup. The goal is to surface at the designated area within the time limit with as many high-value fish and items as possible.
You can then use what you can.
That's such a complex minigame system for an event. In comparison to other ones that we've had, it's got its own economy. And like its own inventory.
Catch to decorate the aquarium and drum up people's interest.
And the more interest you manage to create, the more guests will visit the aquarium. You can even sell the collectibles as souvenirs to earn funds for the business.
Travelers
Don't
can
tell
also head to
Clee.
the pool on the ship and use certain bait or nets to catch the fish that are being rehabilitated there.
They're being rehabilitated? We're gonna go up to these... We're gonna go up to these... Why would we want to catch them then?
Travelers can also look forward to various rewards for their efforts, including primo gems, the chance to invite Charlotte to their parties, and her new outfit.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Wait. We can get Charlotte in her outfit at the same time?
That's so awesome!
Yep.
I can't wait!
Wow.
Who here still needs Charlotte constellations? That's pretty big.
So don't miss out, travelers.
Elsewhere in Fontaine, guests from all over Tevat have arrived for a joint marksmanship exercise.
Oh, looks like we have the Maison Gardiennage, the Flower Feather Clan, and the Knights of Favonius. Wow, seems like one expert marksman after another.
Oh, for sure. And with their help, travelers will need to fire observation grenades and guide the projectile as far as they can without hitting obstacles. The farther it flies, the higher the score.
It seems so violent. I don't know why. As if we don't hack and slash people's legs off all the time, but...
Oh, looks like there's some strategic thinking involved.
Travelers can also look forward to the return of another dance event over in Natland with Dance Dance Easy Breezy Disco.
Ooh, I'm ready to dance. And this time, Mualani has invited even more friends to join.
Oh, cool. Mullazines are there this time, and Asha.
Yep, just grab a few friends, follow the lead dancer the best you can, and have a good time.
Oh, the Saurians on the dance floor are so cute.
Super cute. There are also a few new additions to repertoire of myriad melodies, including a new Notcry album, Where Roads Are Pledged to Cross, and a new score theme for Columbina.
Yo!
The Leyline Overflow event is also returning, so don't miss out on the chance to earn double the experience, materials, and more.
I will definitely need that. Wait, did we talk about Sandrone's Ascension materials? They don't always do that though, do they? Because I thought I was going to be able to find out what I need to stockpile on.
In addition, new character and action cards are being added to Genius Invocation TCG. Plus, the Forge Realms Temper and Heated Battle Mode are also returning, so don't miss out.
All right, it's about time for our last break. Don't go anywhere, travelers. We'll see you on the other side.
The AQ splash art part. The AQ splash part art. Oh. Stage cleared. This is cute. That was so fucking random. That was so random.
Welcome back, travelers. In the spirit of the season, a new summer-themed lobby and summer outfits are coming to Miliastra Wonderland. Let's take a look.
Ooh, that's cool. Hey, can you guys do this? It looks like a hat.
Wow, the slide, the beach. This is perfect for summer.
Oh, it's a slide.
The slide, the beach.
I thought that was the brim of a hat. Never mind.
This is perfect for summer.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the perfect place to chat, swim, relax, or
She just A-posed. She just A-posed and just zoom.
to chat, swim, relax, or even pick up an instrument and serenade your friends.
Some of these cosmetics actually look kind of familiar.
Yeah, almost like they've taken inspiration from some of our friends.
And those are just a few examples. A bunch of new outfits
That's a chicken.
are coming to Miliastra Wonderland in the new version. Also, be sure to check out the events to earn free rewards, including prismatic crystals and an elegant 4-star outfit set.
Oh, in addition, the editor is also receiving a few new updates. For example, you can now keep the cursor displayed at all times, allowing craftspeople to design more user-friendly gameplay elements.
Nice. I feel like that opens the door for more interactive mechanics.
Oh, totally. And also, pre-aiming has been added to the skill editing interface, making it easier for craftspeople to create skills that require precise aiming.
Plus, with the new motion control component, you can now directly control the movement of objects.
Wow, sounds like you could even create a vehicle-like effect or something. The possibilities in Miliastra Wonderland just keep getting bigger.
Oh, totally. In addition to
That's
that,
a Constellation Metropole car.
Luna 8 is also adding a new batch of environment assets and introducing support for customizing object colors and materials.
Wait, hold on. What was that thing?
In addition to that, Luna 8 is also adding a
What is Schloss?
new batch of environment assets and introducing support for customizing object colors and materials, giving craftspeople even more freedom over visuals.
And soundtrack.
Nice.
All right, well, that's it for the updates to Miliastra Wonderland. Now, let's move on to some out-of-game news. But why tell you about it when I could just show you? Here, let's take a look.
Huh?
Oh, Hoyo Fest!
That's the annual event in Southeast Asia, right? I wonder what's in store this time around.
I see art supplies.
Look how cute the Lumine looks.
And Southeast Asian landmarks.
For anyone who's not familiar, Hoyo Fest is a huge annual celebration held by Hoyoverse that takes place across multiple cities in Southeast Asia.
Wow, that's a lot of cities.
Looks like there's a whole bunch of exclusive goodies and merch, too.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
All right, guys, that's it for the Luna 8 special program. Honestly, this version has so much exciting content in store. I'm hyped for the Lunar Sea and some dance, easy breezy disco. Whoa.
And I, of course, am so excited for Sandrone to return.
Yay!
I just love her so much, and I can't wait for everyone to experience her journey and to meet Fagio and see some of her interactions with Columbina.
I'm so happy little grumpy wumpy granny is back. And that she gets a new outfit, even if it is just pajamas. I'm so excited.
See, Lolly's VA was the one speaking, but for some reason when she said grumpy wumpy granny, I thought she was talking about Sandrone. See, Lolly is the youngest one in this lineup.
For her to join the fun.
And I I am also excited for Sandrone because I love her. And of course, I'm so excited for travelers to embark on this upcoming lunar adventure. It's crazy to even say, but it's not see you in game this time. It's
See you on the moon! This also happens to be the last version of the Song of the Welkin Moon.
Crazy.
And I'm a bit sad to see it go, but honestly, we couldn't be more grateful to have you come on this journey with us, travelers. So, thank you. Thank you.
guys. And don't forget to come back to Nodcry and visit from time to time.
You know what that means, though. Snezhnaya is literally just around the corner.
Yeah, you know, I almost feel
A chill?
Paimon.
War is coming. This is no time to rest on our laurels. We must remain devoted until our banner flies high and the dust has settled.
But the snow grows heavier even as we speak. How much time do we and the people of Snezhnaya have left? You mean Project Stuja?
What the shit?
How much trust have we lost to this plan already? How's that for a numbers game?
Mora isn't water. Sometimes it can flow in unnatural directions.
Where am I? Gotta get back to Paimon.
This has been entirely unconstructive.
Agreed.
How about some answers for once?
Silence! Your Majesty, today's outcome as expected.
A tomb and birch trees, the Tsar's final tokens of affection. That which I set in motion, I shall see to an end.
Paimon.
What's happening with Paimon?
War is coming.
Okay. Train station. Look at this grand staircase. The colors. I love the train designs, which we saw at the end of, what was that? Was it this previous version special program? They also dropped a little Snezhnaya teaser at the end of that as well. I love the train design. Looks so cool.
This is no time.
Oh, look at the little pistons moving on it too. Interesting. That makes sense because of how technologically advanced Snezhnaya is, that it wouldn't be powered by Kuvaki or something like that. It'd be like steam powered or Genshin on Steam. It'd be powered by some kind of mechanism or something technological, not just powered by like realm magic or something like that.
To rest on our laurels.
This place looks enormous. It looks laid out. It looks laid out somewhat similarly to Fontaine, where Zapolyarny Palace is at like the back, and then the rest of the city wraps around it, similar to how the Opera Epiclese, not the Opera Epiclese, the Palais Marmonia sits at the back of the Court of Fontaine, and then the rest of the city kind of wraps around it like that. And then this star in the center reminds me of the big Eye of Magnus at the center of Court of Fontaine, Fontaine City. The lighting is so dope. Look at these big ouch. Look at these big wisps in the sky as well. That almost looks like traces of cracking across ice. They're a little too smooth to be traces of cracking, but it looks like cracked ice, almost like this entire thing is under a glass dome.
Must remain devoted until our banner flies.
More tree roots. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, it's more tree roots like.
As high and the dust has settled.
But the snow grows heavier even as we speak.
The snow grows heavier. Arlecchino's voice line about the Tsaritsa. She says, I'm unsure if her compassion will be enough to melt the snow and ice that permeates her land. Is there some kind of crisis in Snezhnaya where ice and snow is essentially something like Fimbulvinter?
Flies high and the dust has settled.
But the snow grows heavier even as we speak. How much time do we...
Some kind of... just a building. We don't know what kind of building it is.
How much time do we...
Someone being arrested for something. A mother covering her child's eyes. This is outside of like a shop or something. This is like in the heart of a city.
We and the people of Snezhnaya.
Look at this. Ouch. Is there ever not a crisis in the nation we go to?
Have left. You mean Project Stuja?
Oh shit, I couldn't click in time. There's something going on here. This is like a frozen volcano. I love the concept of a frozen volcano. I actually put the concept of a frozen volcano in one of my novels that I'm working on. This is like a mining camp kind of looking. Very industrious. Cranes everywhere. That was a lightning bolt that froze on the spot. Big cryo tornado? No, I didn't actually.
Project Stuja? Yeah.
Giant cryo tornado.
How much time do we and the people of Snezhnaya have left?
I thought that was just the wind warping around this thing.
You mean Project Stuja?
Huh. Interesting. Look at the model, though. PS4. That was Beto! Also, did he summon a different weapon? No, that's still the same. That's the not the prototype archaic, but that's a Beto with her slasher. Okay. Tree Giant is awesome. Lethal Company flashbacks. Weird. So cool.
How much trust have we lost to this plan already? How's that for a numbers game?
Which is interesting that she's still really. I guess it does make sense. But I actually am kind of surprised that Sandrone is still this deeply involved with the Fatui. I thought maybe she would have pulled back a bit.
Mora isn't water. Sometimes it can flow in unnatural directions.
Where am I?
Cover-based shooter, 100% Mass Effect. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Now, Mass Effect combat was really clean because it was designed from the ground up to be a cover-based shooter. I'm curious on how they're going to make that work and not be clunky. I suppose that it's simple enough. Third-person cover-based shooter. I suppose that that's simple enough.
Gotta get back to Paimon.
This has been entirely unconstructive.
Agreed.
How about some answers?
Was that Arle's voice?
This has been entirely unconstructive.
Yes. Yeah, that is. Is that season's changing, or did it change from? No. Okay. I thought maybe that it as this shot progressed, I don't think the color is grading from warm to cool. The color, the temperature is changing, but I don't think that there's any sort of like change. There's the same amount of snow.
How about some answers for what?
Man, what are we gonna do with Child here, man? Some kind of huge. This isn't a clock. I thought it was a clock at first. This is like a meter, like a pressure meter or something like that.
For what?
Silence! Your Majesty, today's outcome as expected.
A tomb.
The nose, though.
And birch trees.
A tomb and birch trees. The Tsar's final token of affection. Look at this. Look at this.
The Tsar's final tokens of affection. That which I set in motion, I shall see to an end.
Yes! That is the attitude I wanted from the Tsaritsa. Once again, all comes down to execution, how they follow through with it. But she needs conviction. I don't want a Tsaritsa that is besties with us right off the get-go. I don't want that. This is someone that we've been working towards. How old is this game? I like that she has conviction. That which I set in motion, I will see to the end. What I would want out of the Tsaritsa's kind of like ideals and ideas is even when she befriends us, and maybe she doesn't. This might be the one time that we don't. This might be the one that we don't befriend. But assuming she's playable, assuming we can invite her to the teapot, assuming like all that stuff, when she warms up to us, I want her to still be like that sort of professional working relationship that Traveler has with Arlecchino. But with the Tsaritsa, it's I tolerate you, like you're a friend of some of my you're a friend of some of my harbingers. I acknowledge your like the good within you and stuff like that. But even more cold than Skirk, I would like the Tsaritsa to have an air of I appreciate you, I see you, like we're chill. Interfere with my plans and I will kill you without remorse. Like, you don't understand the things that you oppose me for, the things that you don't like, you just don't understand why I have to do this. Like, I want her to have the perspective of, I want her to be gray. I want her to have the perspective of like, I know what Dottore and Pantalone did. I know all the bad things that the Fatui have been known for. The alternative is worse, and you don't understand what the alternative even. You don't understand what the worst is. Just trust me on this, like, or not even trust me on this, but like whether you trust me or not, I'm going to keep on going forward with my plan, and if you get in the way, I will kill you without remorse. That's what I would want out of her, because that kind of character can still be a boss. That can still be a boss fight. That kind of character can still be in our teapot. That kind of character is still marketable in gacha, but keeps her conviction. Because if they make her in any way more spineless than she's been built up to be, then you lose that character for me. So that is already a phenomenal start.
The Tsar's final tokens of affection. That which I set in motion, I shall see to an end.
Because I also don't want another A. I don't want another Raiden Shogun where we're hostile and then besties. Even when we make up, I don't want us to be besties with her. And that is kind of a critique I have with Inazuma, is that it was rushed to the point that it felt like we went from storming the gates of Tenchukaku to going on a date with her. Don't want that for the Tsaritsa, especially because it's the Tsaritsa. How much we've built up the Fatui as a villainous organization. Obviously, like, we're chill with some of the Harbingers. We've had a lot of like world quests and small side quests and things, where we know that there's a lot of people in the Fatui that are just people. They're just trying to get by, and like those people in those Fatui in Jet's quest that we axed. But the Tsaritsa herself, I want her to have some air of conviction. We only have one Bow Archon. Bow is kind of overdue, isn't it? We have Bow, 2 polearms, Catalyst, Sword, Claymore. Bina isn't an Archon, but she's also Catalyst. Bow is kind of overdue. I would almost think Sword. I don't know why though, but Sword seems like a ceremonial kind of. I don't know why. We didn't see her statue close enough to see if she was holding a weapon. However, you have to take that with a grain of salt as well, because only Focalor, the Focalor statue, is holding a weapon, and that's a great sword. And that's the statue to Focalor, not Farina. Fascinating. Holding a wand of some kind in the statue. So like a scepter, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Where... Oops. Where, is her ascension materials? Where were those located? Where were those, displayed? Look at her. Look at her bounce in the thumbnail in the little in. Oh yeah, I could also just after her showcase on the event screen. Okay. After her showcase. Well, this is the reaction showcase. Oh, some kind of boss material. Oh, Risley beetles. And then those are Land Cruiser drops. Land Cruiser drops. Wait, hold on. Land Cruiser drops, Risley beetles, and then the boss that's up in, the one-eyed boss. Watcher boss. Cool. Let's Genshin for a little bit. As if we haven't already, but as if we haven't been. Let's hop into the game, Genshin Impact, now available on most consoles. This is a stuffed to the gills version. This is a packed to the brim, holy huge. I feel like there's so much more in this. Why is the audio off? Voice World Quest, permanent event story, a not chronicle banner, a new reaction, buffing old characters, adding a semblance of a skip button. I wonder if the moon will probably be something kind of like the Temple of Space, and there we go. The moon will probably be something like Temple of Space or Remuria, where it's a small addition to the overworld map, and then it'll be a giant sub-map. I'm kind of big, ain't I? I like when Beta was just. I like when they're just peeking over like that. Okay, how many beetles I got? That's not where beetles are located. That is also not where beetles are located. That is not where... Oh. I have quite a few. All right, then. Let me real quick. I think I'm just gonna make resin for the time being. I still want to run the new artifact domain. Yeah, I'm gonna run artifact domain and grab some more drops from that. I want plenty of options for when Sandy arrives.
Add Thank you for Add Astro.
Now, the Watcher boss can be brute forced, right? Oh, codes. Let's see if I remember them. What was the last one? What was the last? What was the last code? You guys said you put the codes in the Discord though, so. Lunar crystallized Navia, tea party time. Domine Gato. All right. With that, we are officially locked up. Officially. It is now without question that we will pull a Sandrone. Anything additional goes to her weapon. Miko will come back around for some kind of chronicle or something. With her being buffed, they might literally run her alongside, because they had Miko in so many of the demo parts of showcasing that. So they might literally rerun Inazuma Chronicle with her in the relative near future, since she's benefiting from new reactions, and she seems to be a really good use case, a really good character for that reaction. So there is a non-zero chance that Miko will return. For right now, everything goes into Sandrone and her weapon. If we get taken to hard pity because cryo women hate me, anything additional after this goes into her weapon. I wonder for what reason, why, what is so outdated about Miko's abilities? It really seems like she's going to be a great trigger for stellar conduct. Not my brain keeps wanting to say stellar superconduct because that's what I kept saying. What made her so outdated for aggravate or overload or I still haven't done any of that. You know, we also haven't really done. How did we not do Luan's trial? Too long, field time too low at damage. Oh, she needs to be on field a ton. This dude's a vibe, but I'm sorry, Luan.
Struggle all you want.
Struggle all you want. Oh, unleash his skill during his burst. Ah, fuck. I would have to rebuild energy. Use his skill during his burst.
Bet you weren't ready for this. Like lambs to the slaughter.
Oh, during Durin's burst.
Let's fight.
Providing cover fire. Bet you weren't ready for this. My secret swordmancy for Rocky stuff. What does she say?
Teamwork is dreamwork. Engaging. Now's our chance. Stay back. Turning. Let's fight. Bet you weren't ready for this. Like lambs to the slaughter.
Bet you weren't ready for this. My secret swordmancy for Rocky stuff. Placing her totem 6 times can be awkward, even more if you use her burst. Boop, that's even more primos. The time is... I'm still okay. This is empty. I'm past the point to get all the gems. Fuck, I completely forgot. It even notifies me every single time. I just brush right past it. Would you guys watch me hop back into Miliastra? I need to give it another fair shake. My complaints on it are no longer founded because it's been months and I haven't hopped back into it. The stick up my ass is no longer valid.
As one with wind and cloud. To ashes.
And other things you want your neighbors to hear you say. Oh, did you hear that one? Oh, please.
The bird's power that ended Hydon.
It's so nice having an actual Beto that can Beto. Having a Beto team that can Beto my Beto and have an excuse for Beto to Beto. Oh, damn it, you got staggered. I didn't mean to stagger you, I was trying to parry. Parry. That event, by the way, that we did last time, where I did horribly on the, or did horribly on, like, the parry mechanic thing, was wildly easier than I was making it. I went back and like easily got all the primos and drops and rewards from that event. I have a Beto video idea that I want to do. Had I never done this?
Let's go get ourselves some.
Oh, they respawn, just like chests.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
Oh, I hadn't... Done that, though.
Easy money.
Ease. As in bomb the animo slimes? The chest also responds. Trust me, bro. Bro. Trust me.
Commencing task.
Oh, no, it was my wife who was building a bunch of characters. I was like, I thought there was a bunch of characters I needed to build. My wife is currently building Yao Yao. And someone else for her Nahida team. Reckon up here, maybe. Damn, we're so close. It's so crazy. I am 1% away from getting Fontaine all the way 100%ed. Except for, not Chasm Undergrounds. Sea of Bygone areas, though. Reckon the moon will have its own compass? Or do you think the lunar compass will work on the moon? Because I'd guess that our last statue will be on Tevat's overworld. And then we'll have different teleports and maybe not different statues. Well, there'll be some. It'll have to be some kind of statue because we'll have to open up the map procedurally, like usual. Oh yeah. Yeah, we still haven't still have lunar sigils to hand in. So probably lunar sigils, and so then probably lunar compass as well. As a result. Probably launch pad with the statue, yeah. That was a lot. I actually think that everything I really needed to say, I think we've been going for 2.5 hours for a 45-minute video, a 45-minute special program. I think I discussed everything that I needed to discuss, to be frank. We might end it there, actually. I'm out of resin. I grabbed some more artifacts for incoming Sandy, who now is definitely incoming. 90 on lock at 0 pity, but on guarantee. Do we have any standard polls to do? No. Ooh, parabolic transformigator. You guys were quite good today. Doom, 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 doom. There's no other meaningful side content to do before we walk into Wuling? The only other thing before Wuling is I need to master which I actually planned on kind of planned on doing that tonight. Really diving into some guides that you guys have recommended and your own advice as well on factory stuff. I gotta get that factory stuff much more on lock before we go to Wuling, which has a much more complex factory stuff. So let's end in Fontaine, as we oft do. Throw up in the comments, throw up in the chat, throw ideas up into the chat. I am an appreciator of doing wishing rituals. I am an aficionado of wishing rituals. Throw up in the chat, as in like throw ideas up into the chat. Where should I pull for Sandy? There's a lot of good ideas. There's Marianne Memorial Park. There's the Ordo itself, which I don't know. It's kind of sad in there. Maybe not the Ordo. It's kind of sad in there. There's a lot of good ideas. There's also Nod Cry Catherine, where we first met her. Bina's house. Solo Dotara 2 with Sandy. Pull and insta-build her on his platform. Oh, the real, and that's a really good idea, actually. That is I like. That's a really good idea. How do I get there again? How do I get there again? Westeros? Should I pull for Sandy in Westeros? I have to ask this real quick. Was this a day one feature? Or did they add that later? Did they add that after? Was that a day one feature with the release of Fontaine, or was that a panic ad later on? Day one of Fontaine. Okay. So they knew. Day one, just like the mod to remove it was also available day one. Where do I go from here? I thought that this teleported me over here to the Institute for some reason. That's why I was confused. All the way down? It's been such a long time since we've been there. Oh. All the way to fucking Victory Town. the soundtrack here. Yeah, this is a phenomenal place to pull. I remember when we were here, Paimon said something to the effect of, maybe when this is all said and done, when our journey is over, maybe we can have, like, when this is all said and done, I'd like to have, you know, a cozy little cottage where we can just, hope is a nice word. Witness new life spring forth in a certain ruin. Because we'd never come back. And our purpose for coming back, you can't enter right now. And our purpose for coming back oh, this game. Yeah. Good idea. That's a great place. This is my wishing team, by the way.
No need to fret. I shall handle this.
I don't have senior. I don't have.
Just what will we come across this time?
And then when she fills in, she'll climb into the roster next to Bina. This fucking game, man. That does it for me for today. Wasn't expecting to cry like 3 times during this stream. One of which was before stream even began, which is why I was a full song length late to stream. Naturally. After Sandy comes home, potentially her weapon as well, I'm gonna have to ignore the Chronicle thing. I wonder, do I Bina and Raiden. What's Bina's C1? I should save up for Snezhnaya debut characters. That's what we're doing. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you. Man, I don't have anything else to say. I'll probably have more to discuss later. Tomorrow is going to be Endfield, but I really do think that everything I needed to discuss, tearfully and otherwise, we broke down pretty well during the special program reaction. So, thanks again, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Be good to one another. Good luck on your polls for new Zenless banners. Any final days of Lohen or who's he running next to? But any other polls you're doing in Star Rail, Wuwa, whatever you happen to be doing. And good luck saving for Sandy and pre-farming as well. Thanks again, everyone. Love you lots. Be good to each other. Drink water. Thanks again. See you next time.